recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Welcome to Super Brawl. I'm your host, Gotmark76, and Mr. Hughes in the ring. He's awaiting his mystery opponent. We're going to find out together who it is. And a great night of action planned, and it's the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, making his WCW debut here. And he will take on Mr. Hughes in our opening contest at Super Brawl. We thank you so much for joining us here. The British Bulldog making his debut in WCW, and he will have his hands full with Harley Race's henchman, Mr. Hughes. The fans here in Milwaukee on their feet showing love and support to Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And there's the bell, and we've touched upon in recent weeks that Mr. Hughes does not have a very good win-loss record here in WCW, and that Harley Race is nearly fed up with it. But Mr. Hughes, I gotta, at least give him credit for this. He had no idea who his opponent was going to be here tonight. And I think the British Bulldog surprised us all. Into the ropes goes Hughes, and a big kick up and over the top rope. The British Bulldog throws him back into the ring. Bulldog, like a ball of fire, kicked to the midsection, spike DDT, down goes Mr. Hughes. And Harley Race has, of course, other things on his mind tonight, as Sid Vicious challenges for the US title, and Lex Luger defends the World Heavyweight title against Sting in our main event. Davey Boy Smith ramming the head of Mr. Hughes into the top turnbuckle pad, and down goes Mr. Hughes, and up on the apron Harley Race, trying to get the attention of Davey Boy, and Davey Boy knocks down Harley Race. Oh, and look at that strength! Gorilla press slam! British Bulldog pressing Mr. Hughes, and down goes Mr. Hughes. What strength by the British Bulldog! And now he picks him up, scoop slam. Down goes Mr. Hughes. And the British Bulldog in control. What a surprise. British Bulldog making his debut here in WCW. Another DDT takes down Mr. Hughes. And the British Bulldog climbing the top rope. What does he have in store here? Mr. Hughes prone on the mat. The British Bulldog up on the top rope, he's perched. I didn't know that dogs could fly. But he leaps and nails a beautiful drop kick off the top rope. Goes for the cover. Referee in position, 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Hughes. And I do not want to be Mr. Hughes if I lose this matchup, I'll tell you that much. And up in a suplex position. Look at the strength of the British Bulldog. Has Mr. Hughes up 350 plus pounds. And suplex down to the mat goes Mr. Hughes again. Race up on the apron. And the British Bulldog having words with Harley Race, and a big right hand. Knocks off Harley Race again. The Bulldog with a forearm picks up Mr. Hughes. Running power slam. Down goes Mr. Hughes. Bulldog on top. 1, 2, and 3. And what an opening match this was! The debuting British Bulldog taking care of Mr. Hughes. Look at that missile drop kick from the top rope. I'll tell you what. Now that Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, is in WCW, if I'm holding gold, I'm on the lookout. This guy is a superior athlete and one who can defeat almost anybody here in WCW. And he puts away Mr. Hughes with that running power slam, and your winner, the British Bulldog. Fans, the NWA World Tag Team titles are on the line next, as the Miracle Violence Connection challenge Beautiful Bobby and AA Arn Anderson. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this quick timeout. And welcome back to Super Brawl. This following contest will be for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, as the champions making their way to the ring, Arn Anderson and Beautiful Bobby. And they won those titles just a few weeks ago at the Omni in Atlanta, when they defeated the Hollywood Blondes. And tonight they have their hands full with the Miracle Violence Connection. This match will be a tornado-style match. All 4 men in or out of the ring at the same time. The first team to secure a pinfall or submission will be the NWA World Tag Team Champions. And here come their opponents. There's Bam Bam Gordy and Dr. Death make their way to the ring here in Milwaukee. Of course, Doc and Gordy, no strangers to Tag Team Gold. They are the former Unified World Tag Team Champions in their own right. But after a very successful tour of Japan, they returned to World Championship Wrestling in January and find themselves fighting for the NWA World Tag Team titles here tonight in February. And that is what it's all about, the NWA World Tag Team Championship. This ought to be a good one. And a high five, I'm not sure what that's about. All 4 men will be in the ring at the same time. And here they go. The bell is rung. And all 4 men in the ring. Dr. Death working over Arn Anderson, Beautiful Bobby and Terry Gordy going at it now. Bobby now, he's really going to work on Terry Gordy with a big forearm to the back, and not many people manhandle Terry Gordy like that. And Dr. Death with the Russian leg sweep on AA. The enforcer Arn Anderson and Dr. Death Williams in control. Beautiful Bobby with a neck breaker takes down Terry Gordy. And that's one thing to worry about in these tag team matches is Beautiful Bobby has Terry Gordy tied up. Is if you're in a position where you have your opponent in the submission or pinfall, you don't know where their partner is. They could come out of nowhere to break up that attempt. So you're always kind of keeping an eye not only on the opponent that you're facing off against, but also on your partner in the big clothesline. Up and over goes Beautiful Bobby. And the Miracle Violence Connection. I was going to say they're in control, but it's more Dr. Death in control on the outside with Beautiful Bobby. And now Gordy now in control over AA in the ring. And a beautiful drop kick by Williams takes down Beautiful Bobby. And a great maneuver by Terry Gordy in the ring on AA. Anderson throws Gordy into the ropes. And a big hip toss by the enforcer takes down Gordy. And a side slam by Williams on the outside. The Beautiful Bobby on the floor. Oh, and Anderson drapes Gordy across the row. I'm trying to call the action here the best I can. We have 2 men in the ring, 2 men outside the ring. The referee staying with the 2 men in the ring, and that is Arn Anderson and Terry Gordy. I will do the same as Anderson goes for the cover 1, and a kick out at 1 by Gordy. And an elbow by Beautiful Bobby on Dr. Death. Now all 4 men back in the ring. So again, the referee has to pay attention to any submission or pinfall attempts. And a neck breaker by Beautiful Bobby. On Steve Williams, Beautiful Bobby climbing the top rope and nails the Alabama Jam. The champions are going to retain. Beautiful Bobby goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and no, a kick out by Dr. Death. I thought it was all over there. Beautiful Bobby nailed the Alabama Jam, but Dr. Death kicked out at 2. Bobby staying on top of Steve Williams ties him up in the Tree of Woe. And now choking out Dr. Death as AA works over Terry Gordy. And the NWA World Tag Team Champions in control thus far in this matchup. Anderson now picking up Gordy, and the Gourd Buster, down goes Gordy. That may be all. Anderson agrees, picks up Gordy, and throws Gordy up and over the top rope as Beautiful Bobby throws back in Dr. Death. Eaton goes for the cover, referee is in position 1, 2, and no, a kick out at 2. The champions came very close to retaining there again. Now Beautiful Bobby stomping away on Dr. Death, now working the arm of Dr. Death. Goes for the cover and again the kick out at 2. And Gordy on the outside ran into the ringside post. Excuse me, the guardrail. And him and Anderson going at it, but Dr. Death trying to make a comeback in the ring. Stomping away on Beautiful Bobby. Williams picks up Beautiful Bobby. What's he have in store here? A gut-wrench powerbomb. Down goes Beautiful Bobby, pinning 1, 2, and 3. And we have new NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Miracle Violence Connection. Here are some highlights of earlier in the match, but Anderson and Gordy were battling on the outside. Dr. Death nailed that gut-wrench powerbomb and pinned Beautiful Bobby. Arn Anderson was in no position to save his partner. And we have new NWA World Tag Team Champions. And I gotta give credit to Dr. Death. He kicked out of the Alabama Jam, kicked out of multiple maneuvers by Beautiful Bobby. And there's a pinning predicament kicked out at 2 by Dr. Death. And that gut-wrench powerbomb put away. Beautiful Bobby, your winners and new World Tag Team Champions, the Miracle Violence Connection. The next match on this show will be for the World TV title, as last night Cactus Jack defeated Paul Orndorff in under 10 minutes to get this title opportunity. Well, there's a time limit again. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff will defend that TV title against Cactus Jack, and that match is next. And welcome back to Super Brawl as Mr. Bang Bang, Cactus Jack, makes his way to the ring. He defeated Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in under 10 minutes last night to get this match. Can lightning strike twice? Can he defeat Paul Orndorff in under 10 minutes when the title is on the line? We are set to find out. As Cactus Jack banging the crowd here in Milwaukee. I mean, I am shocked. Cactus Jack is in position to win his first his first championship, singles or tag team, here in WCW. And he will have a tall task ahead of him as he takes on one of the, in my opinion, the greatest TV champions of all time, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And look at that, the walk of purpose. No gluten, no posing, no arrogance, no cockiness. That is the look of a man determined. And he wants to retain that World TV title. Of course he does. The paychecks when you're a champion here in WCW are much bigger than those when you're not. Let's just say that. But Mr. Wonderful, even though he is cocky and arrogant at times, he's a very prideful man as well. And he will use underhanded means when he feels it's necessary to do whatever he can to keep this title. And of course, we say it, it's very routine, especially when dealing with time limit matches, whether it be 60 minutes, 15, 10, 20, it doesn't matter. The time is always on the side of the champion. They don't have to win. The champion does not have to win. In this case, Paul Orndorff does not have to beat Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack has to beat Mr. Wonderful. And there you see the timer in the upper right-hand corner, taken from the Mecca here in Milwaukee. And Cactus stomping away. You would think that after last night's match, that both men have a better feel for the opponent. As Cactus fires away with a series of right hands on Mr. Wonderful. Cactus working at a pace that's much faster than what we're used to. And there's a neck breaker by Cactus Jack, takes down Mr. Wonderful. He's going to try to end it early here, goes for the cover. Referee was out of position, and a kick out at one by Orndorff. Orndorff going to, see, Orndorff is wise. He's going to the outside. He knows that he does not have to beat Cactus Jack. He's making Cactus follow him out to the floor. And now Cactus does and nails Orndorff with a series of right hands, throws Orndorff into the guardrail. We are now under 9 minutes. So only a minute has gone by, and Cactus has been in control for most of this match. Rolls over Orndorff. He's going to go for a cover again. Referee counts one, and a kick out at one by Orndorff. Cactus, misses with an elbow drop. Orndorff had that well scouted. And catches Cactus with an elbow as Cactus was charging. And a big shoulder block by Orndorff takes down Cactus Jack. And now look at the strength of Mr. Wonderful. Picks up Cactus. He's almost 280 pounds in a suplex position. And look at the flexing of Mr. Wonderful. Down with the suplex. And Cactus landed right on his lower back. And Cactus Jack is in trouble as Orndorff fires away with a series of forearms. Cactus now trying to make a comeback. Throws Orndorff into the ropes. And a stalemate. And Cactus, there it is! We saw Cactus pull that out a couple weeks ago. That mandible claw maneuver. But Orndorff had that well scouted. And the knee to the back broke up that maneuver. Cactus now feels it, throws Orndorff back into the ring. And here are those series of blows to the lower back of Mr. Wonderful, including 2 double axe handles. Down goes Orndorff. Cactus rolls him over, goes for the cover. We have a new champion, one, and the kick out at one by Orndorff. Cactus knows after last night how hard it was. He defeated Paul Orndorff with just about 30 seconds left. Goes for the cover again, one, and the kick out at one by Orndorff. So I'm surprised at the pace of this match. Well, not really surprised. I guess it's shocking to me to see Cactus work at this pace, but he knows what he has to do to put away Mr. Wonderful. And And there's an example right there. Mr. Wonderful knew what Cactus was going to go for, reversed it into a fireman's carry, through Orndorff threw Cactus into the ropes. And now these two men battling back and forth again. They had last night's match as an example of what to expect from the other. And thus far, it's been a pretty back and forth match. Cactus goes for the cover again. Referee counts 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Orndorff. And a headbutt by Cactus. Another headbutt by Cactus. Orndorff in trouble. Cactus throws Orndorff across the ring into the turnbuckle. And we are approaching 6 minutes left in this match. 4 minutes have gone by. And Cactus overall has been in control. And as I say that, Orndorff catches Cactus and throws him down to the mat. Orndorff not backing down, has Cactus reeling, and shoves Cactus into the ropes, and a forearm to the back, and down goes Cactus. Orndorff now picks up Cactus, throws him again into the turnbuckle, and Orndorff, look at Orndorff taking his time, but is caught. Cactus with a kick, misses a clothesline. Orndorff throws Cactus into the turnbuckle. Runs, charges elbow by Cactus, knee by Cactus. And Orndorff now in trouble as we approach 5 minutes. We are approaching the halfway point of the match. And Cactus has Orndorff and spikes him down for a power driver. We're going to have a new TV champion. And wait a second, Cactus is being distracted by something in the entrance ramp. But who is that in the ring? Somebody just slid in the ring. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake Roberts has Cactus. The referee doesn't see a thing in DDT's. Cactus Jack. Orndorff crawling to the ring. He's crawling to Cactus. Roberts escapes. The referee counts 1. No, not like this. 3. And your winner and still TV champion, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. But Jake Roberts has made his entrance here at WCW. And he cost Cactus Jack the World TV title. Look at this. Cactus was distracted. Jake Roberts plants him with a DDT all behind the referee's back. He couldn't disqualify Orndorff. And your winner and still TV champion Paul Orndorff. But the bigger story here is that Cactus Jack was attacked by Jake the Snake Roberts. Oh man, we have got to get to the bottom of this. We are going to take it to the back now. The Hollywood Blondes have a word for Barry Windham, and that World Tag Team title match is next. I cannot believe this, but Jake Roberts is in WCW. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Super Brawl. I am still in shock at the debut of Jake the Snake Roberts. But we'll get into that, I'm sure, next week on WCW Saturday Night. And we just heard from the Hollywood Blondes, who are about to defend their WCW World Tag Team Championship against this team, Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes. And they said that these men are going to pay for Barry Windham not joining their group. They wanted Barry Windham to lead them, to take them to new heights in professional wrestling. And Barry Windham stayed loyal to Dustin Rhodes, and of course Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham, former unified tag team, they lost the titles here to the Hollywood Blondes back in November. And they are looking to regain the WCW World Tag Team Championship. We've already seen the crowning of new NWA World Tag Team Champions. When the Miracle Violence Connection defeated Arn Anderson and Beautiful Bobby, will history repeat itself in this match? And will Dustin and Barry get back the gold that they once had? The Hollywood Blondes in the ring, making motions like they're being recorded. I mean, I tell you what, these guys, they can really go in the ring, but their attitudes, they just don't care. They have no respect. Arrogance and cocky, but they're able to back it up, so you got to give them credit for that. But they just don't care. They don't care who they upset. I mean, here they are flat out telling their number one contender, or half of their number one contenders, that they want him to leave his partner and join them. And what's this? Pillman wants to start. And these two men, look, let's go back to last month. The Hollywood Blondes have had a little bit of... So maybe Pillman was on to something when Pillman wanted Barry Windham to lead their team, because he knew that there was a little bit of a crack in the Hollywood Blondes. And a beautiful drop kick by Barry Windham takes down Flying Brian Pillman. And I think Barry Windham has a point to prove here. As he goes for the cover, we have new tag team champions. One, a kick out at one by Pillman. Dustin Rhodes showing support to his partner as Windham throws Pillman into the ropes. Pillman with a rake of the eyes. And the crossbody takes down Barry Windham. And Flying Brian now stomping away as Dustin Rhodes is trying to lead the crowd to make a comeback for Barry Windham. Flying Brian makes a tag. Here comes Stunning Steve. And Windham now going to work on Stunning Steve. Big clothesline. Takes down Austin. And now Windham picks up Stunning Steve. Into the ropes goes Austin. And a beautiful drop kick by Barry Windham. As Dustin Rhodes supports on. Windham now climbing the second turnbuckle, misses with an axe handle, and that has given Stunning Steve a chance to take over. Austin now. Oh, reversal by Windham. Windham with a takeover. Has Austin against the ropes. Picks him up and drapes him across the top rope, guillotine style. Windham back in control. Now Windham working the leg of Stunning Steve. And Austin's in a world of trouble. He needs to make a tag. Windham now has him up and over with a suplex. Windham goes for the cover. Referee out of position. One. And a kick out at one by Austin. The referee had to run around to see Austin's shoulders on the mat. He was out of position. And into the turnbuckle goes Austin. But Austin fires back with an elbow. And I think Windham was going to try and make a tag there, but Austin stopped that from happening. And here's a tag by Austin. In comes Pillman. And some great double team work on the part of the Hollywood Blondes. These two tag teams have been wrestling all over the country. And the Blondes took out Dustin Rhodes back in January. Of course, prior to Clash of the Champions, Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes were one of the hottest tag teams in wrestling since losing the tag team titles to Hollywood Blondes, and the kick out at two by Barry Windham. That was a lot closer than I thought it had any right to be. And Flying Brian staying in control. Dustin trying to encourage Windham to make a tag as Dustin stretching out his hand. And a backslide by Flying Brian. 1, 2, and a kick out at two by Windham. And Pillman again with a big clothesline takes down Windham. Windham trying to make a tag. Dustin reaches but broken up by Pillman. And now Flying Brian going to work on Barry Windham. Flying Brian now has him set up. Oh, look at this maneuver. A submission maneuver Windham's in trouble. Windham trying to get out of it. He needs to turn his body. And he's able to escape. But the damage may already be done. Dustin again trying to reach for a tag. Windham too far away. But Dustin showing encouragement off the ropes, and a big splash by Pillman nails Windham. Again, Dustin reaching for a tag. He's trying to encourage his partner to make that tag. But very wisely, Pillman stopping Windham from doing that. And now Windham getting back to his feet. Pillman set up on the outside. And there's a rocket launcher off the top. A slingshot rocket launcher hooks the leg. Pillman on top, 1, 2, and 3. The Hollywood Blondes retain the World Tag Team Championship. I think Dustin Rhodes was angry here. Rhodes jumped off the apron, and he didn't even get in the match. I think Dustin Rhodes is very upset. He didn't even get in the match. This was all Barry Windham. And I think Dustin is mad at Barry. Don't quote me on that, but Dustin jumped off the apron as if he knew this match was over. And he was angry. Here are some highlights from earlier in the contest. But your winners, and still WCW World Tag Team Champions, the Hollywood Blondes. And here we were focusing on the trouble and the dents that might be in the Hollywood Blondes. But maybe, just maybe, there is an issue between Dustin and Barry. That was a splash. It set up the big rocket launcher. And Windham getting back to his feet. Dustin climbing in the ring. He's shaking his head. He's down. I mean, Dustin didn't even break a sweat. Dustin wasn't involved at all. And, well, they're having words. They're having words. I think Dustin's leaving on his own. Dustin Rhodes leaving on his own. I'm sure these two guys can talk about it, but Windham was in this match all by himself, and Windham now heading back. And wait a second. Dustin has a chair and cracks it over the skull of Windham. What is going on here? Dustin turning his back on Barry Windham. Was this a ruse all along? Fans, we're going to hear from the world champion next, but my God, Dustin. And welcome back to Super Brawl. What a night of wrestling has been. I'm still shocked. A night of shocks. I mean, Dustin Rhodes attacking Barry Windham with a steel chair after they lost their opportunity at the World Tag Team Championship. And I'll tell you, the more I think about it, the more I think this was a ruse by Dustin Rhodes. This was a setup all along. I don't have any proof. It's just a gut feeling I have. And then, of course, the debut earlier tonight of Jake the Snake Roberts stopping and preventing Cactus Jack from winning the World TV title. Now here, we have a U.S. title match as Harley Race is leading Big Sid Vicious to ringside. And this will be a match of payback on part of the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, as Nikita Koloff was power bombed on the outside floor by Big Sid Vicious. He was out of action for the last few weeks, but he has to defend that U.S. title within 30 days. And tonight, Sid Vicious looks to put away Nikita Koloff once and for all and get that U.S. Heavyweight Championship in the stable of Harley Race. And of course, we also just heard from Lex Luger. And that guy just oozes confidence. And here he is, the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Nikita Koloff, making his way to the ring. Just a great night of action so far. We have, of course, 3 matches remaining, all title championship matches. The U.S. title here, right here. We will also see the NWA World Title when Rick Rude defends against the All-American Ron Simmons, and of course, Lex Luger and Sting. So we are in the home stretch here of Super Brawl. We thank you so much for joining us here live on YouTube, the Gotmark76 YouTube channel, and Big Sid in the ring, and he attacks Nikita Koloff from behind, apropos of one Sid Vicious, and nails Nikita with the U.S. title. Kick to the midsection. Sid going to work on Nikita Koloff. Up and down with a slam. And Sid Vicious having words with the referee. And now Sid with a series of right hands over the head of Nikita Koloff. He's not done. He's doing it even more now. Oh, I think Sid just wants to take out and hurt Nikita. Maybe it's not even about the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Maybe he just wants to prevent Nikita from ever challenging for the world title. And now another slam down to the mat. Nikita holding his lower back. He's in a world of trouble here, as Sid has just had his way this entire match so far. And a running clothesline in the corner. Down goes Nikita. But Nikita kicks Sid away, and maybe now Nikita can get back into this match. It has been pretty one-sided thus far. Oh, Nikita with a big elbow, big clothesline takes down Nikita. Wow, I'll tell you, Sid is really working over Nikita here. And a big spine buster. Nikita was 6 foot 8 inches off the ground and planted down to the mat. Sid having his way. And a big shoulder block takes down Nikita. They're both, oh my gosh, they're both on the outside. Non-stop action here. That's Super Brawl. And this is where Sid took out Nikita the last time these two men wrestled each other. Count is up to 4. Nikita throws Sid back in. And Nikita now back in control. Nikita kicking Sid. Misses with a knee to the back. And Sid, oh, with a big clothesline across the chest, goes for the cover 1. And a kick out at 1 by Nikita. Sid has just been, he's been in control 95% of this match. And as I say that, an overhead belly-to-belly suplex by Nikita. Now Nikita back in control, back and forth. All fighting for that U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Nikita drops Sid across the top turnbuckle, snake eyes. And now Nikita has a camel clutch, but Sid, with his long legs, makes it to the ropes. Nikita stomping away on the lower neck of Big Sid Vicious, and now working the neck again. Could he be setting up for the Russian sickle? Nikita just shoves Sid to the mat. But Sid, somehow back in this contest with a big clothesline, takes down Nikita Koloff. And I think Sid was going for a maneuver there, well scouted by Nikita, blocked it. Nikita now throws Sid into the ropes and rams the face of Sid into the knee of Nikita. Nikita in control, rolls over Sid. Will he retain? Referee down 1. And when they kick out at 1 by Sid. right hand takes down Sid. Nikita's still in control. Working the leg now, a single leg crab, and Sid again makes it to the ropes using his long body to reach that bottom rope to break the maneuver. These two big, strong men taking it to each other. This match was all Sid in the first half, but the last several moments have belonged to Nikita. Goes for the cover. Lateral press one, and the kick out at one by Sid. And Nikita is wondering what he has to do to put Sid Vicious away. Front face lock. And now Nikita slams Sid on his big arm. Wow. Using the weight of Sid Vicious down across the arm, but Sid fires back with an uppercut. And now has his hand. He's going for a choke slam. Up goes Nikita and down goes Nikita. Goes for the cover. Sid on top. 1, 2. New champion. 3. No. A kick out by Nikita. Now Sid sitting on Nikita. Could it be the power bomb? Will we have a new U.S. champion? Kicked in midsection. Blocked by Nikita. Russian sickle. Takes down Sid. Here's a replay. Sid was kicking him in the midsection. Nikita spun around and gave the Russian sickle. And I think Sid is knocked out. 1, 2, and 3. Nikita Koloff retains the U.S. Heavyweight Championship here at Super Brawl with the Russian sickle out of nowhere. He blocked that kick to the midsection that sets up the power bomb. He spun around and nailed everything he had with a Russian sickle, and that knocked out Sid. Sid was knocked out. Koloff had to drag him away from the ropes and pin Sid after that devastating Russian sickle. Your winner and still U.S. Heavyweight Champion, the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff. The NWA World Title's on the line next when Ravishing Rick Rude takes on the All-American Ron Simmons. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Super Brawl as Ron Simmons makes his way to the ring. He is the All-American, a former world champion in his own right. But he was challenging Lex Luger for the WCW World Title. He defeated Lex Luger at the Clash of the Champions back in January and found himself kind of lost in the shuffle of top contenders. But then out of nowhere was attacked by Ravishing Rick Rude just a few weeks ago. And that has set up this match here. Again, I mentioned it before, I'll say it again. I don't know what man wants to attack somebody like Ron Simmons. But this man here, Ravishing Rick Rude, did. And he may have to pay for his actions in this matchup. Of course, Rick Rude has made it personal last night here on WCW Saturday Night. He wrestled and attacked, beat down Ron Simmons' friend and former partner, Butch Reed. And Simmons, of course, came to the aid of his former tag team partner. And Rick Rude now, of course, calling for the microphone. He may have something to say to the fans here in Milwaukee. Let's take it to the Ravishing one.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, ugly, inner city sweat hogs, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies what a real sexy sexy man looks like. Hit the music.
Wow. He definitely does not lack confidence, ravishing Rick Rude. And not only that, but he reveals another robe. I mean, not even giving the ladies here in Milwaukee a show. And the fans boo, ravishing Rick Rude. And that is what they're fighting for, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Ron Simmons looking to become an NWA World Heavyweight. He's already a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He's a former NWA World Tag Team Champion. And this championship against Rick Rude would be personal. I'm speaking, of course, on behalf of Ron Simmons, but again, the attack last night on Butch Reed made it personal. And the fact that he was targeted by Rick Rude made it personal. And the introductions of Rick Rude holding up that championship belt. One thing I'll say for Rick Rude is he has defeated every man that has come across his path. And I would say that Rick Rude wasn't always the favorite in those matches, but he was able to find a way to pull that victory nonetheless. And I can't think of anybody who could have their way with Rick Rude more than Ron Simmons, especially after the personal attacks of the last few weeks. And this ought to be a good match. These men evenly matched up. I would say they have very similar size and strength. Ron Simmons a little bulkier. Rick Rude has a little bit more lean muscle mass. But both men highly talented athletes. Ron Simmons has to look out for that rude awakening. And Rick Rude has to watch out for that power slam. And Rick Rude in control in the early going. Collar and elbow tie up. Ron Simmons using his strength. Backs Rude into the corner. Referee has him break the maneuver. And we get a clean break. What a shock there. Oh, and a clothesline in the corner. Ron Simmons broke the hold at the referee's direction. And then clothesline Rick Rude in the corner. Goes for the cover. But we have new champion one. And a kick out at one by Rude. Simmons trying to end this match early. I don't blame him. I think the best way to get back at Rick Rude for these personal attacks is to take the thing that Rude holds most precious, and that is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Rude now has, and down with a suplex. Simmons in trouble. Rude now with a series of shots to the ribs of Ron Simmons and adding insult to injury, doing push-ups on the back of the All-American. No doubt about it, Rick Rude is strong. He is a tremendous athlete. He may be arrogant and cocky, but he backs it up. Got to give him credit for that. But he may have bitten off more than he can chew when he attacked Ron Simmons. And now Simmons trying to make a comeback clothesline. Over the top rope goes Rick Rude. Simmons knows now after the Clash of the Champions, he has to be mindful of battling it out on the floor. He lost that match to Luger at the Clash of the Champions by countout. But he won the match by countout, did not win the title. And a beautiful drop kick by Simmons on the outside. Count is up to 4. Another drop kick by Simmons takes down Rude. 5. Simmons needs to pay attention. He's letting Rude get back to his feet, and Rude with a kick to the midsection. And Simmons throws Rude into the steps. 7. Simmons needs to break the count. He's in the ring. 8. And Rude back into the ring. And Simmons celebrating prematurely. And down goes Simmons as Rude pulls Simmons off the second turnbuckle. And a clothesline from behind, Rick Rude back in control. And a stomp to the back. Simmons had the match. He had Rick Rude where he wanted him. All he had to do was break the count, throw him back into the ring, and now he may not even get a chance. All he does, made it to the ropes from that pinfall attempt. But the tide has turned in this match. The momentum was all behind Simmons, and now it is turned to ravishing Rick Rude, who's stomping away and now working the neck. Could he be setting up for that rude awakening as he wrenches the neck of Ron Simmons, goes for the cover, referee in position 1, and a kick out at 1 by Simmons. And Rude wasting time flexing. He should be staying on top of Ron Simmons as well. So both men making mistakes in the early going, but Simmons in trouble. Rude in control at the moment. We'll see if these mistakes come back to haunt either man, as a high knee lift takes Simmons down and Simmons rolls to the outside. Simmons is on the apron. Rude runs, charges in a shoulder block, takes Simmons down to the mat on the outside. And Simmons has Rude has followed suit. Rude picks up Simmons, but Simmons throws Rude to the ground. Simmons now with a big right hand, another right hand, a kick, and a double chop. The referee urging Simmons to get back into the ring. Simmons with a kick to the midsection, forearm to the back. Simmons making a comeback here. Has Rude up on his shoulders. Count is up to 6. Oh, and Simmons slams Rude into the ring post. And now again into the ring post goes Rude. Count is up to 8. Simmons throws Rude back in. If he pins Rude, we may have a new world champion. Simmons does not go for the cover. And that may be another mistake on the part of the All-American. Simmons picks up Rude, big clothesline. Another clothesline takes down Rude. Rude misses a clothesline of his own and a big clothesline off the ropes. Simmons in control, picks up Rude. Could we have a new champion? Oh, he misses the football tackle. Rude slid out of the way. Rude missed the football tackle. And Rude picks up Simmons and spikes him down with a pile driver. Could the Rude awakening be next? No. Rude going to the turbo, exposing that top turnbuckle pad. And that's what he did last night against Butch Reed. Exposing the top turnbuckle pad prior to putting Reed away with a Rude awakening. Kick to the midsection. Rude has him and drops him down with a neck breaker. The Rude awakening. Rude pulls him to the center of the ring, hooks the leg. Referee in position, counts 2 and 3. And your winner and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion, ravishing Rick Rude. A back and forth match. This could have gone either way, but I think Ron Simmons made a mistake when he did not stay on top of Rick Rude when the momentum was in his favor. And look at Simmons. Simmons is upset and slowly walking to the back, but your winner and still NWA Champion Rick Rude, fans. The WCW title match is next when Lex Luger defends against Sting. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Super Brawl. It's time for the big main event, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship on the line. As that man right there, Sting, will challenge the total package, Lex Luger. And Lex Luger had some words for Sting earlier in tonight's broadcast where he said that Sting was full of nerves and that he was going to make mistakes and then question whether he belonged in the ring with a total package or not. I got to tell you, I know for a fact Sting belongs in the ring with a total package. Sting is one of the best wrestlers in the company right now. He's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world right now. But this man right here making his way to the ring is the absolute best in the world right now. And he's not coming alone. He has his manager, Harley Race, in his corner. Unfortunately, Harley Race is 0 for 2 tonight so far. as Mr. Hughes and Sid Vicious both lost their matches earlier. Will Lex Luger stop that trend? We'll find out momentarily. As the World Heavyweight Champion in the ring, he had comments earlier for Sting, which I think Sting, if he wasn't focused, maybe focused now. If Sting, Luger has a way with words, but if Sting does lose this match, what is next for Sting? Where does he go from here? Of course, if Sting wins this match, it's not a problem, but should somehow the total package retain the world title, what is next for Sting? And Sting has been so close on many occasions to being the World Heavyweight Champion again, that he would be definitely somebody who would go down the rankings at least 1 or 2 spots, and who knows the next time he would get an opportunity. So the total package playing mind games with his former best friend. And I'll be really interested to see if what Luger said a couple weeks ago is true, if Harley Race prevented or taught him to prevent the Stinger Splash, the Scorpion Deathlock, the 2 moves that Sting uses most in his set. Of course, the Stinger Splash usually sets up the Scorpion Deathlock. So we'll see what happens here. And Luger now, oh wow, what a first offensive maneuver was a drop toe hold. As Sting fell to the mat. Luger in control. Sting tries ropes. Luger from behind has him pinned, but Luger makes it to the ropes. And Sting has Luger in the corner, but Luger fights out with a big kick to the head. Sting now back in control. Clothesline up and over the top rope goes the total package. And Sting is following onto the floor. Harley Race having words with the Stinger. As Sting and Luger battling it out on the floor, the referee has begun a count. Luger throws Sting into the guardrail. Owen drapes him across his knee. And that took the air out of Sting. And we're only a few moments into this match, but Luger in total control. And now Luger, tosses Sting like a dart into the ring post. The count's up to 7. Luger throws Sting down. This match is going to end in a double countout. Nine. Luger throws Sting back into the ring. And that may have benefited Sting there. Luger could have gotten himself counted out. And I'll tell you what, by not taking the easy way out, that tells me that Luger wants to win this match as much as Sting does. Maybe Luger has something to prove to his naysayers. And maybe Luger wants to put Sting away once and for all, so he doesn't have to worry about Sting anytime soon. Sting sweeps the leg, takes down Luger, is back in control, back and forth action thus far. Into the ropes goes Luger, referee gets knocked down, Sting with a clothesline, takes down Luger, goes for the cover, but there's no referee in sight. Luger is pinned. The fans are counting along, it's already a 5 or 6 count, referee counts 1. And a kick out at 1 by Luger. Luger may have been aware that the referee was down and did not try to break up the pinfall earlier, and a clothesline up and over goes Sting again. And Sting finds himself on the outside. This time, Luger not so quick to go after him. He does now. And the count has started again as Sting and Luger make their way back inside the ring. Sting finds himself back in control here. Going for the DDT. Luger had it well scouted. And a DDT of his own. Hooks the leg. Will he retain 1? 2. And a kick out of 2 by Sting. Well, I'll tell you, Luger City had Sting's maneuvers well scouted. Harley Race trained him to learn how to avoid those maneuvers. And another signature maneuver of Sting is that leaping DDT. And thus far, Luger able to scout that very well. Maybe Luger's onto something here. Maybe Harley Race is onto something here. Throws Luger into the turnbuckle, runs, charges, and a clothesline. Again, I think Sting wanted to do a Stinger Splash, but maybe, just maybe, he got it in his head that Luger was going to have it well scouted. Sting with a big chop, a big right hand, another chop misses, and Luger with an overhead suplex takes over Sting. But Sting battles back, has Luger in a headlock and a big right hand. Clothesline from behind, Luger ducks, but Luger does not duck under the knee, and Sting howls to the crowd here in Milwaukee. They have risen to their feet. Sting has Luger, picks him up for a suplex, and he's holding him high, and he's flexing with Luger's 285 pounds on the shoulder, drops him down for a suplex. Sting now climbing the top rope. Could it be that elbow drop? He's added that maneuver to his repertoire. He's up, he leaps, and Luger does not move out of the way. Sting hooks a leg, one, and a kick out at one by Luger. Wow, that's shocking. Sting throws Luger into the ropes. High and down goes Luger. Sting in control. Will the World Heavyweight Championship come to Sting's waist? Throws Luger into the turnbuckle, runs, charges. Stinger Splash, but the referee goes down. And Harley Race up on the apron, distracting Sting. The referee and Luger getting back to their feet, but the damage done. Harley Race distracted Sting, and now Luger back in control. And a backbreaker by Luger. Sting now in trouble. The referee went down. Harley Race distracted Sting, and that gave Luger a chance to recover. And an inside cradle by Luger has Sting pinned, 1, 2, and now a kick out at 2 by Sting. Oh, the fans are on their feet for this one. Sting now trying to make a comeback with a big right hand, several chops. Another chop, stuns Luger, into the ropes goes Luger, and a big clothesline, down goes the total package. Sting now climbing the top rope again. Could it be another elbow drop? He has Luger lined up, leaps and nails it. We're going to have a new champion. Sting setting up Luger. Could it be the Scorpion Deathlock? Takes down, no, Luger blocked it. Luger blocked it. And Luger has Sting up in a torture rack. Luger blocked Sting's Scorpion Deathlock, but Luger has Sting locked in the torture rack. Will he retain? Sting trying to fight out of it. I thought he was so close they were tapping. Sting trying to fight out of it. I don't think any wrestler's been in the torture rack this long. Sting able to fight his way out with a series of right hands. Luger stunned. Sting with a kick to the midsection takes over Luger. Goes for the cover. Referee counts 1, 2, and no, a kick out by Luger. What an intense main event here at Super Brawl. Back and forth for the World Heavyweight Title. Sting throws Luger into the turnbuckle, and now throws him shoulder first into the ring post. Sting has him lined up and nails a knee in the corner. Sting in control. Will we have a new World Heavyweight Champion? Sting, there, he nails that DDT that time. The leaping DDT goes for the cover. 1, 2, and again Luger kicks out. Sting howls to the fans, but Luger with an elbow to the top of the head. But Sting fires right back, the momentum in Sting's favor. We're going to have a new champion if this stays up. Clothesline by Sting, another clothesline by Sting. A third clothesline by Sting. Luger in the corner. Sting has him set up, runs, charges. Stinger Splash. Luger unable to scout that one. Sting going for the Scorpion again, but Luger reverses it. Luger did not escape the Stinger Splash, but he did escape the Scorpion Deathlock in a big clothesline. Takes down Sting. Luger on top, 1, and a kick out of 1 by Sting. That is twice now that Sting has gone for the Scorpion, and Luger has countered it. And now Luger setting up Sting again for the torture rack. Is Luger going to retain? Oh, but this time it's Sting who blocks it and has it well scouted. A series of elbows. Roll up from behind. Sting on top. 1, 2, and a kick out by Luger. What a back and forth match this is for the richest prize in our sport. And these two men showing that neither man wants to lose to the other. Sting. Reversal by Luger. Into the turnbuckle goes Sting. But Sting throws Luger into the ropes. Throws Luger across the ring. Sets him up, runs. Stinger splash misses. Luger had it again, well scouted. And another big clothesline by Luger takes down Sting. Say what you will, but Harley Race has Luger well prepared for this match. Luger with a discus punch takes down Sting. We're going to see this. No, he's going to go for the cover. 1, 2, and no, a kick out barely by Sting. Luger now setting up Sting. Could it be the torture rack again? Sting was able to escape the first time, avoided the second time. What about he avoids it again the third time? Sting with a kick to the leg, punch to the back. Sting takes down Luger, and here it comes, the Scorpion Deathlock. Sting turns him over. Can Luger escape? Harley Race at ringside's having a conniption. Luger cannot, he taps out. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion here at Super Brawl. What a back and forth match this was, as Sting has defeated Lex Luger for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. And I give all the credit to Lex Luger because he did what he said he was going to do. He had the Scorpion Deathlock well scouted until the very end. I mean, what a match this was, back and forth. It really could have gone either way. But there he is, your winner and new WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Sting. We thank you so much for joining us here at Super Brawl. I'm Gotmark76, and we will see you next Saturday for WCW Saturday Night. Until then, good night, everybody.